It's time for the Steve and Kyle podcast with Kyle.
We put a video today seamlessly.
We did.
There was no weird silences.
There
was no as we plugged in a couple chords.
Yeah.
It played seamlessly. Transition was smooth on our part because
Right.
we're podcast pros.
Right, exactly. We're 14 episodes in now.
I think what I'm trying to say is you're welcome,
Yeah.
everybody.
You're welcome, America. It's been a rough week. That's a little gift for you.
And Steve.
I was hoping that I'd be able to swap those wheels on. And they bolt up. They fit perfectly fine, but the offset way off. I'd have to go with like a MacLeod or a Hahnemann fiberglass.
Inboard or an outboard?
That's a boat term, you dumb dick.
Well, excuse me.
Live on tape from APS 3 point whatever, it's the Steve and Kyle podcast.
When was that from?
Well, really, really good ones from the archive there.
Oh, man.
Always unexpected.
Yeah.
Unexpected.
I think is this the last episode that we have pre-recorded?
Yeah.
The last 5-6 weeks here.
It's all a blur.
It's all a blur.
I got to tell you, I'm out of content.
I have no idea.
What do you got?
This is like the 5th episode we've recorded today. So
Jersey behind us. That looks
Toby's
great.
over there.
See, we got stickers still on the door.
Uh huh. Yeah. Still need your stickers for the sticker wall.
Yeah.
Just at Steve and Kyle, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We'll send you the address.
Diecast United States Postal Service car up there. That's lovely.
Mm-hmm. Oh, the Prowler.
Plymouth Prowler. The looks like 98 plum.
Plum purple Plymouth Prowler. Boy, that's tough to say.
Plum purple Plymouth Prowler.
Oh, there you go.
That felt like a real like blah 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 right in the middle there.
Like
Plum purple Plymouth Prowler.
Because that was your dream car growing up, right?
Yeah, I don't even know if I'd say dream. I've just never been a car guy, right?
Mm-hmm. So you didn't know what was cool and what was not.
Yeah, but I always thought that looked cool. Just for some reason, whether it's the design or a lot of it was the wheel wells. It reminded me of an old timey car, I guess. And I always thought that was really neat. And the general public thought the opposite.
General public, yeah, they did not agree.
I think when we pulled up the sales figures, whenever it was, a year and a half, whenever we talked about the Plymouth Prowler last.
They sold like half a dozen of them.
Yeah, there was like 6 and they were at one dealership. So obviously somebody just got like, some millionaire bought their employees the crappiest gift they've ever received.
So that was your dream car back in the day.
Yes.
Couldn't quite afford that.
Still can't.
Still, yeah.
And it's less practical now than it was then in terms of not just financial, but, it's a 2-seater,
Yeah.
soft top convertible 4-cylinder. Like,
Right.
It's a dump of a car.
Yeah. So
That is
instead of buying that, you picked up this baby right here.
Look at that rig. Look at that rig. Now, what we're looking at, Steve, and I'm sorry because I might need a new pair of pants. Because that is a 1999 Chevrolet Cavalier.
Look at her.
With, that's right, stock wheels.
Uh-huh.
And this is, I can't believe you found this. This is pre-bra on the front.
This, I had an insider. I was working with an insider, your mother, randomly out of nowhere, like 6 months ago. After we had talked about your first car, and I said, "Oh man, there's got to be pictures of you like leaning up against it with, a sweet parted down the middle haircut."
Come on, Steve. This hair has been what it is for a long time now. We know.
And so your mom sent me a message. She said, "I couldn't find any pictures of Kyle in the car, but here's the car." I thought, man,
that's a good. I got to tell you, still, that's a good looking car.
It was a great looking car when my girlfriend in college had the exact same one.
Yes, but for
white,
my 16
or 99.
And it's amazing because I'm 16 years old with this car, right? The only thing I care about is the important stuff. I don't want a 4-door at that point. I'm cool.
No,
but
you need a race car.
But then you're in a 2-door for 3 weeks. You're like, oh, yeah, if you ever want to take your friends anywhere, you're pulling seats forward and they're monkeying into the back. It's awful. And obviously the most important part, the spoiler on the back.
Right. Well, I mean, I think that and the kicking system.
Yeah, and I will need to go through. I know there's photo albums at my parents' house, and I guarantee you there's photos of the sound system I installed in this car. I guarantee you there's photos of the Altezza taillights that I installed on that thing.
Please.
Somewhere.
We need these pictures.
I don't believe I ever updated. I wanted to get new wheels.
Right. Yeah, of course.
Because you can't be. I mean, look at those. Those look.
Be the laughing stock of the school.
Awful.
Stock wheels. Come on.
I mean, I'm embarrassed looking at it now. But I got to tell you, I kind of miss that car.
I mean, I'm sure that we could find you one.
Do you think I should bring back the 99 Cavalier a la 1980s Jeep Comanche that you have done?
Yeah. Yeah, and we'll start our own classic car club.
I got to tell you, at least this has 4 seats, which is already a step more practical than the Comanche project, right?
It's got 3. It's got 3 in a bed.
This is a delay. This brings me genuine joy seeing this, mostly because it reminds me of when I had hair. Boy, what a time! I'd slick it back. I would grow it out and I'd push it back under a hat.
You got the little flip out the back of the hat.
Yes, I have a picture I could pull up right now of the.
Oh, let's see it.
Hair. Boy, it's on my Facebook, but it is. I mean, obviously, quite a ways away. Of me holding my nephew. Or playing with my nephew at my parents' house, and I had my hat on, one of my favorite hats, and from the back you could see massive flip up of hair.
Yeah,
massive. I will try to pull that up here.
Boy,
I need to see it.
I still am on board with doing the fundraiser.
The $15,000 fundraiser, so I can go get hair plugs.
I'll even throw in $100.
That is a fine start. It's not hair plugs, but it's where they
just staple new hair to your head, right?
They micro shave or whatever they call it, the follicles from where you have a lot of hair,
right,
and put it where you don't have much. If that makes sense.
I mean, I don't think we rule it out. We got that $200 up there.
It would be a lot of boy. If we fundraise now for the next 8 to 15 years, I think maybe we've got something, right?
Yeah.
Sorry, Steve. I am scrolling back here trying to find one with me with hair. Boy, a lot of me with hats on. Until at that point, did not want to be walking around or showing the no hair. Oh my God! There it is.
Do me a favor, Matt. Let's see.
It's me facing. Oh boy, sorry. But look at the flip in the back.
Look at that cabbage hanging out the back.
I'll post that on our social media.
How long ago was that?
That was posted in 2011.
2011. So we're just 12 years removed from you having a wonderful, wonderful crop of hair.
If you really wanted to remember the time, this is essentially just for you and I here. The first and only comment on that photo was from our friend Sam Kirsten.
Oh, Sam, yeah.
That's how long ago that was. I haven't seen Sam probably since about a month after that picture was posted. Yeah, I'll post it on our social media for everybody to see because, boy, God, do I miss that.
Yeah.
Oh, do I miss that.
That's not too late, man. You can relive that glory.
I got to tell you, I think the world and genetics and science would disagree.
No, we've come a long way in these last 12 years. Long way. Yeah.
I wanted to bring this up to you, Steve, because we got an email this week, or recently. I don't even remember the date. We never gave our email out to to the audience because we're not going to check. Listen, I got a personal email, a work email. I don't need to check. People sending us whatever unless we ask people to send stuff. So it gets largely ignored. So I saw an email this week for a guest. Somebody who wants to be a guest on this podcast. And I think we have to. I'm trying to find the name right now. Having trouble finding it. There it is. Do you want to know this guest's name or where they're from first?
Is this somebody that I'll recognize the name?
No.
Okay.
No.
So it's not a celebrity.
I shouldn't say you won't recognize the name. You'll recognize the name, the physical name of this person. No, this is it's a podcast host.
Oh, fellow Potter.
Fellow Potter. Pretty safe to assume not been doing it as long as us. Most people haven't.
Most people have given up.
We got an email, a cold call email.
Oh,
right?
okay. I like
So
this.
it's not like I put social media, anything out.
Do they have like a book coming out or something?
No, you're shooting too high, Steve. Someone wants to be on our podcast.
Okay.
And their name is Kyle Stevie.
Okay. So is that the only reason they want to be on the podcast?
Obviously. Email says, I just saw this podcast. My name is Kyle Stevie. Thought it'd be fun to come on. Seeing my name is obviously close. I'm a co-host of a podcast called Side Hustle City.
Side Hustle City.
And we want to expand. If you guys are cool.
Man, like what was it? A few weeks ago we were talking about our new side hustle, the budding voiceover career for
the very limited niche of people who want Japanese anime of volleyball, Japanese ASMR of Japanese volleyball anime. Right? Is that the best way to describe it?
It was something like that, yeah.
But they were having sex.
Of course.
So obviously, tie that together however you need to in terms of on the volleyball court or how that plays in.
That's how you get your rocks off. We're here for you.
If those words make sense to you, we are available for hire. If you guys are cool with it, I'd love to zoom in. So, as it goes with us, I waited 1 month before replying to that email because again, it's just
look. We don't want them to think that we're desperate,
right? And trust me, we're not. Every time we tell people we're going to call, we forget. Don't. I feel bad about it.
I don't think we've done that in a while, though. I think
it's because we haven't. Well, no, the last person we talked to, didn't we make him wait like 3 months?
Good point.
Wasn't it Garen?
Yeah, good
I
point.
believe Garen.
Good point.
Not great. So, I think we need to get this person on, right? Like we need to talk to Kyle Stevie.
Do we? I mean, it would be like walking into a room, introducing yourself, saying, "Hi, I'm Kyle," and there being another Kyle in there, and them saying, "Hey, that's my name too."
Yeah.
After that point, there's not a lot. I mean, you don't have common ground.
Steve, come on. We've made people like Trevor interesting. Do you think anybody ever wanted to talk to Dan Scheich? Ever? His wife was thrilled that we got him on the phone for a few minutes so she wouldn't have to listen to him babble about knobs.
Yeah. Talking about, twisting knobs and increasing the high-end frequency.
Twisted knobs and brushing back his hair. That's Dan Scheich's day.
Yeah.
Okay?
Fine head of hair, though.
Good head of hair. God, I'm jealous. He didn't have a 99 Cav, though.
Is that what you called it?
No.
When your buds called up on Friday, like, "Hey man, what do you want to do?" "I'll be over in the Cav."
I'm trying to remember what the car was what the car that somebody drove that school's like, whoa, that's so cool.
Probably a Mustang or something.
Probably. And now I realize, like, hey, that's horribly inefficient for the area we live in for a 16-year-old driver. In the middle of December in a snowstorm. They're putting chains on their back tires before they head off to the high school.
Yeah.
In their, convertible sports car. Ridiculous. But
all right, so you want to get
I think we need to talk
but we digress. You want to get
I think we need to talk to Kyle Stevie next week.
What is that podcast called?
Side Hustle City. Sorry, I had to reopen the email. I already closed it. Side Hustle City. I think if we can figure out a swap, where we go on there and obviously talk about our side hustle, which has been this and is losing money coming up on 7 years or on 7 years now.
Well, let's see. They're in season 4.
Okay, I already don't.
I don't like when.
Doesn't that feel pompous to you?
I don't like when podcasts do. Okay, then we're in season 94.
Right.
Each of our seasons just had 4 episodes.
Yeah, well, I mean, even if we did 10-episode seasons or 8 episodes, like the Netflix thing is 8 episodes, right?
Yeah.
Can you do the math very, very quickly in your head of like what 375 into 8 is, or 8 into 375?
Nope.
A lot.
Oh wow. Okay, but I'm scrolling back. They're in, it's like episode 26 or something of season 4. Season 3 had 48 episodes.
Okay, so they're doing a lot.
So are they doing like an episode a month and calling it...
You're asking the wrong
Or
guy.
an episode a week? It must be.
Steve, I opened by telling everybody we don't really even look at this, and I took a month
Season
to
2,
reply.
52 episodes.
So they're going a whole year.
It seems like they're just renaming at the beginning of the year. That's their new season.
Is this like a Hunger Games thing, though, where they like murder someone at the end and reboot it the next year? Or how does that work?
It doesn't specify.
Safe to assume, then.
Yeah. See, now I'm confused though, because they went from episode 16 to season 2, episode 1. Come on, guys. Go back and rename them, man.
Yeah, learn how to number. This got me looking though and thinking.
Holy crap! Back in episode 13, Cam Zainabadi discussed real estate investing in his new platform that democratized real estate crowdfunding.
It's all about us. I got to tell you what, if they happen to agree and we end up on this podcast, it's going to be their dumbest episode far and away. Right?
Well, I think he wants to be on ours.
The only way I'm doing this is a swap. That's the only way I'm doing this is if he agrees to a swap.
I got an idea.
Yeah.
How about we say that we have an incredible idea for a side hustle, and seeing as how they're the experts.
Yeah. We ask if it's okay.
We want to get on there to pitch it to them, and it'll be great for their listeners who may have similar ideas and
kinks.
It's kind of like an episode of Shark Tank.
So your idea, obviously, is to get on and pitch them the side hustle.
Yeah.
Of Japanese volleyball anime ASMR.
Yeah.
Get the bleeps ready, because we're not skipping any part of the script next time, kids.
All right, so this is hosted by Adam Kohler and Kyle Stevie. Maybe reply and say, maybe we'll get to you, but we'd really like to talk to Adam.
Right. If you're there, that's okay, but we'd appreciate you taking a back seat to Adam. The only way I'm doing this is if it's a swap. We are at the point now with what you and I do that it's not beneficial to us to just have someone on who wants to plug their own stuff. Unless there's a tangible benefit for us, right? In terms of
money in our pocket.
Or, if we can expand and really hijack, because the history of you and I being on other people's shows is you and I just hijack it. And I do not feel bad about that at all, by the way.
They know what they're getting.
You want us on, understand what you're getting. You're getting this show simply over Zoom on your platform.
Okay, I'm looking at a picture of Kyle Stevie right now.
Okay.
He looks like...
So he look like our love child?
No, but he looks like he would have been on Succession.
Okay. Oh, boy. I'm fully judging a book by its cover here.
He kind of looks like a cross between Kendall Roy and Cousin Greg.
I am obviously just judging a book by its cover here, Steve.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that Kyle Stevie has laughed this decade.
Maybe we send him a questionnaire before we decide.
It's totally understandable, some of this gentleman's follow-ups, right? Mm-hmm. He has followed up with me asking any questions to prepare for. Do you have a scheduling link? And I literally laughed at him.
Yeah.
Because I don't, obviously, that's not his fault to not understand what you and I have done here. I would argue you and I at 7 years, right, of nearly constant episode output.
Yeah.
Right? Are probably one of a very small handful of podcasts that have never been guest driven.
No.
Every podcast is about the guest. Every single podcast. And that's simply because they're not self-centered enough as you and I to really want to talk about ourselves every week.
Look, tell me how many of those other podcasts that have, Jeff Bezos is a guest. Yeah. But have they talked ad nauseum about garage door installation?
Yeah, right. Did they submit a pitch live while recording for Japanese volleyball anime ASMR? Sex? No. Okay?
Yeah.
Did they?
Hold on. Before we talk to Kyle, too.
Yeah.
Kyle, you're going to have to give me a bit of a bio here, man.
Yeah,
because I know all about Adam Kohler.
Yeah, and you can't pitch us all these million questions via email and then have yourself be blank.
Yeah.
You think it's a green screen ocean behind him, or you think he actually went to the ocean in a suit?
I don't know.
So I think we need to have
these are
him
things
on.
we got to know.
Yeah, no, obviously, I think so. Hi, Kyle. Before we get this on the books, question 1: real ocean or green screen? No context.
Yeah.
I think as the questions start to finish. Mm-hmm. I think we'll try to get him on next week or in the next 2 weeks. I always enjoy talking to
Me too.
different people.
You're going to learn nothing?
No. Hope you're ready to know what Kyle Stevie's thoughts on bridges are.
Yeah. Yeah, that's like the ultimate question for any person that we have on this podcast.
I wanted to go back, though, because I mentioned our email account kind of gets ignored, and that's fair. I think we should clean it up a little bit because we have some emails dating back to 2019 that haven't been addressed.
Have they been opened?
They show red, but again, this is also something that would show up on my phone, and I would just swipe it to the side.
Okay. Yeah, that's the number one reason why I don't check. I don't have our emails forwarded to my phone. Like I'm not logged into that account on my phone because I hate seeing things in the inbox.
It's not enough anyway that for me to remove it from my phone. It doesn't matter in terms of quantity. There's not that many because we don't hand our email out.
Right.
But I want to go back to 2019, Steve, because we have talented listeners here. People have submitted intros. We have Tony and Lansing.
Yep.
We have, and a classic right here I'm going to play for you. Our friend Jesse Douglas. I hope Jesse still listens.
Oh, yeah. Jesse, he's in Wisconsin.
UP. I thought he was in the UP.
I guess I'm not sure. I think I've seen him at both Wisconsin and UP shows.
Jesse in the North. This is dating back. So what I'll do is we'll go through a handful of these ones. This is from March 2019. So happy, 51-month anniversary.
Boy. March 2019. Let's see. COVID was not something we knew about. I didn't have any kids. Now I have 2.
Married for not long.
Yeah, exactly. I was married for a year and a couple of months at that point.
I always think it's 2018. I'm always off by a year on your wedding.
Yeah, me too. I get it confused sometimes
Shows
too.
how little I care. No offense.
No, none taken.
This is from Jesse back in March of 2019. I want History of the Mystery to be a thing. Oh, sorry, it didn't pan out. In 51 months later. Even if it's just a 5-minute segment occasionally. I would think it would be a cool way to do a Halloween episode, et cetera, et cetera. If you decide to do a sneak in occasionally, I hope this could work as a theme song for it.
History of the Mystery was an idea that we had for a podcast where we simply talked about a mystery, a conspiracy theory, but we didn't go in depth on it. We just basically talked about when the mystery first...
Yeah, how it came about.
Right.
So, like, if it was a murder that, we didn't know the who got convicted for it or who did it, we would just tell you that, Jenny Rosales got murdered on the side of the road in 2011.
Yeah, and that
is the history of the mystery.
Of the mystery.
Like, that's it.
That's when it started. We're not knocking on doors. We're not doing investigative journalism.
Should we do it next week? Do you want to do like an
History of the Mystery
episode of the History of the Mystery?
We can do it. All right.
Jesse has sent us...
I mean, now that we have this this intro that's been sitting in our inbox for 51 months, have you known it's been in there the whole time?
I'm sure I know, Steve, but I very rarely open our email. When I do, I'm not scrolling back to page 2.
This is, I mean,
By the way, this is the third email.
I think this is kind of on you.
The first 2 emails we still have saved in there are pictures of our billboard and the contract that we signed for our billboard for Van Wert. So my apologies to Jesse, because I think what happened in February, March of 2019, we were hyper-focused on getting money and sending money to Joe Stanovich, the billboard salesman. And then he drove by, or someone drove by and actually took photos for us.
Okay.
And sent them to us. Let me pull up that contract really quick. That was, we paid $100 for the poster, $400 for the location. That's $500. That was out the door. I signed for that, huh? That's going to show up on my credit report. Like, hey, we're showing you next time I try to buy a house, hey, we're showing you got a charge from Lamar Advertising in 2019. Can you care to talk about that?
Yeah.
Oh, fun story, lender. So let's go back here. This is the first History of the Mystery. Now, it looks like Jesse sent us a follow-up. And I know that because the next email was History of the Mystery with lyrics. So this is just the music from Jesse Douglas.
Okay. Ooh, sounds spooky. I like it.
I'm going to pause it there because that's about a quarter of it. So here's what only recommendation. I love that feel and vibe.
It's very spooky.
It needs to stop there.
So just
fade out however he wants to do it. I need that edited. You know what? Actually, I'll reply to this email.
Sounds great. Please edit.
From 51 months ago. Hey, can you please cut this down to a quarter of the length? So let's see what, though, because again, the next email, Jesse added some lyrics.
Okay. Oh, good.
So let's hear what that same tune sounds like with manually added lyrics to it. I think right there.
I think you got to bring the lyrics up a little bit. They're kind of getting lost in the mix.
Okay, hang on a second. I'll start typing this out.
Okay.
Hey,
Toby.
Hey, Jesse.
This sounds great.
I'm not going to address the time. I'm not going to address the 51 months that we've now gone.
No.
This sounds great. A few notes. Can you bring the audio for the vocals up a touch? Also, can you make it 15 seconds?
Thanks for still listening, hopefully.
Thanks for still listening, parentheses. Okay. But listen, I love this because I don't know if you're like me.
P.S. We need it by next week.
Yeah. Hopefully. P.S. Need by next week. I don't know if you're like me, Steve. Are you a guy who sees the ding on your iPhone? I don't have an iPhone, but like when you get an email notification,
gotta clear it.
You don't want the number there.
No, I do not.
Right? Because you'll see. That's the first thing I notice when a celebrity or someone will post whatever, a screenshot of a note. Mm-hmm. And then sometimes you'll see 8,500 emails unread or text messages.
That's a mutant right there.
Text messages are worse, right?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Because those are like, hey, they sent to you personally. Like,
right.
They knew your number.
Yeah.
Because there's a level, obviously. Someone can know your number or someone can know your email and not your number. But you don't know someone's number. Right. Without knowing. Number is a higher level than email, right?
Yep.
Okay, so we'll send that one to Jesse. Jesse, thank you very much.
Thank you, Jesse. It sounds great.
Get that to us by next week, and we will...
Well, actually, yeah. I mean, you actually have a little bit more time than that because of our weird recording schedule. This was actually recorded, I don't know, a couple weeks ago or something. So you got a little bit of time.
Photos from Joe of the billboard.
You should reply to that and say, thanks.
I already did. I obviously was... I checked this email, but in my defense... I was replying to those because we signed a contract for money to buy a billboard, which is as dumb as it sounds.
Uh-huh.
But another...
Do you think the billboard's still up? Like, do you think nobody's bought that location, right? So they just left it up?
Couldn't have. We need our friend Pat, who lives down there, to drive by.
Who showed up.
Pull into the auto sales joint next door.
Yeah.
See if the poster's still there that we gave to that nice lady.
Sorry, I forgot about that.
Got another follow-up. Again, Jesse Douglas is very talented. Mm-hmm. He made this. I made this one in case you guys want to bust out some sick flows. And I'm not going to say anything because I don't know if he said that ironically.
Bust out some sick flows.
So this is Big Steve Easy hip-hop beat. The email is titled, Song Using Steve's Throat Noises.
Oh, wow. This is amazing.
Those are good. Well, that's good. Now, Jesse, if you need the whole catalog, I'll just email him.
Yeah. Reply back. Sounds good, man.
Jesse, this sounds great. If you need the whole catalog of throat noises, let me know. Thanks for still listening. Hopefully. Steve and Kyle. Okay. Nice. I love this, though. This feels good. This feels like spring cleaning, even though it's in July.
Yeah.
We're cleaning out the inbox.
This is nice. Oh.
He sent another one. He was in a super creative mode. I mean, we've talked about that where we get that way every year once. It's so distinct Steve throat noise now, too. Love it. Love it. I think he said. I think there's one more.
What?
This one is.
How have we not seen this and been playing them for the last 4 years?
This is the final one. This is an EDM song.
Okay.
Using Steve's throat noises as the drums. Jesse doesn't copyright strike our video on YouTube.
Imagine that.
He doesn't listen and does not like us.
And this is the reason, because we never played his music. Well, thank you, Jesse. Apologize for
incredible.
Apologize for the slight delay in getting back to you.
Thank you so much. Thanks for still listening. Hopefully. Steve and Kyle. Okay, another one bites the dust.
Yeah.
Let me see if there's any other big hitters
anything
here.
else we got to get to?
Let's see. Let's scroll up. We have another very talented Matthew Harden sent us a full spreadsheet, a graph of our runtime. That was when we were talking about, did you appreciate the longer episodes or the shorter episodes? How did they keep getting longer? He sent us a full Excel spreadsheet rundown.
Maybe reply and be like, thanks so much for this. What's his name? Matthew?
Matthew, yeah.
Thanks so much for this, Matthew, but you seem to have missed the last 4 years. Please update.
Yeah. Hey, Matthew. You're 51 months behind. Oh, no, I'm sorry. 48 months behind. Can you get this caught up, please?
Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening.
Hopefully.
Steve and Kyle. Okay. Thank you, Matthew. Very talented. People actually did these things for us.
I know.
And then we just ignored them.
We're terrible.
We have a design from our friend Philip, who special breed of D-head on a t-shirt, which I believe is available in the shop. We have some text messages. That was probably the time we were trying to keep the phone number, the Google Voice number.
Sure, yeah.
A lot of those.
Did we lose that, by the way?
Yes, I believe it's officially gone.
Oh, okay. Let me just update that so you can't stop.
Got a friend. It's been this long. Very long email in October of 2019 from our former friend, Stephen Humphrey.
Not a fan anymore, huh?
Does not appreciate it. I believe both brothers Humphrey are no longer fans of the pod.
Okay.
We have from our friend.
What did we do? Why don't you reply to that? Be like, we want to win you back. What did we do?
I'll do that. Stephen, we miss you. How do we win you back? Thanks for still listening. Hopefully. Steve and Kyle. We can't be discerning about. He sent this is an audio clip. I don't trust the.
Well, let's give it a shot.
I don't trust the brothers Humphrey.
Let's give it a shot.
What if I told you, just under 3 months ago, when the side gig went to radio camp, a man would start a journey. The journey of glory.
I love it.
What if I told you, just 165 episodes, or 385 hours and 32 minutes, or if you'd like, 16 days, 1 hour, 32 minutes, give or take a brisk 90, that journey would be complete. What if I told you I heard Malt Stop Bop so many freaking times, I could probably learn it in 6 hours on the Idiot Machine? What if I told you there's not enough Steve E. Tortellinis or Pirate Pete Realty for me to have? The Steve and Kyle podcast proudly presents one half of the Brothers Humphrey, the journey from start to Inconclusive?
That's so good. Steven! That's good stuff.
Oh, my God. All right, we got to get him back.
We got to win him
We
back.
got to win him back.
We got to win him.
Man, I'm glad that these emails came in 4 years ago, and we just read them now, because it really makes me think we got to get back to our roots.
We do. Yeah, we need to come up with more money-making scams like Pirate Pete Realty. Right?
That was where I was trying to sell a house,
Yep.
and you would come in dressed as a pirate
Yep. And claim there be treasure.
in them our walls.
Yep. I can tell you, of the scams that we've posited, that's one of them. Next up, now we're into 2020.
Okay, good.
So we're only at a little over 3 years. We're only at about 37 months, or
Okay.
39 months.
Are we into
here.
COVID yet?
April 2020. Yep,
Oh,
we're into
boy,
it.
yeah, the heart of it.
From our friend Trevor and Dixon /Burns, definitely not Nashville. He sent us Kenny Rogers, Fact of the Week.
Hello, listeners of the Steve and Kyle podcast.
Can't be
It's time for another edition of the Kenny Rogers Factoid of the Week. Take it away, Steve or Kyle.
Well, we don't.
Not everything needs to be played.
You can't hit 1,000, right? You can't bat 1,000.
Yeah.
He followed that up with 2 months later. We're into June now, so we're only at 36 months.
Wait,
back.
didn't we have a Kenny Rogers Fact of the Week intro?
We did. Yeah, I believe our friend Zach Ruddock made one. I don't know if you, but that's the one. And I apologize to Trevor. I can almost guarantee you we didn't see these.
Boy, I don't see it, and I always save everything.
It's somewhere. I think I might have it. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I made the Fact of the Week.
Did you?
Yeah, by using every filter the audio software provided. Here is a potential Gripe of the Week intro from our friend Trevor
good,
and Dixon /Burns, definitely not Nashville.
You're listening to the Steve and Kyle podcast, and it's time for another edition of Kyle's Gripe of the Week. You wouldn't like him when he's angry. Smash, smash, smash. Kyle's Gripe of the Week.
Okay, so
Oh, it's still going on.
Trevor, please let us know what we owe you for that emptied can of chicken noodle soup you used to scream into.
I hope that music you were playing wasn't copyrighted either.
Yeah, I am not getting stricken down for that.
Oh, boy, this has been a hell of an episode.
Boy, I got more, too. Trevor conducted an interview in person at work.
Oh, I think I remember this. I think we did play this.
Did we play
about,
this? About
Bridges?
There's audio from
Let's
it.
see it.
Let's see
Let's
how
hear
long
it.
it is here.
So, question for you. Are you team covered bridge or team...
Before he even finishes this, I don't know how, when he starts that question, if you're sitting in a cubicle, wherever at work, and that comes up to you and starts talking to you like that, don't you just immediately smile?
Yeah.
It's so like homespun, and it's just Tennessee or country enough with the drawl on it.
I know that I'm going to enjoy this conversation.
Yes, I just
no matter
wanna,
what.
And I'm not gonna be rude to that person.
No.
Right? Even if they're
Not at all.
bothering me during whatever.
Not at all. You're going to give them your utmost attention and help them in whatever the way they need.
Yeah. It's beautiful.
Okay.
So, question for you. Are you team covered bridge or team suspension bridge? Which one do you like the best?
I believe he actually had pictures that he showed.
Our county's looking at building a new bridge, and so they've using this as some...
To be clear, he lied.
Right, yeah.
This was a guise to do a podcast bit for us that we didn't play until 3 years later.
Uh-huh.
But he had two pictures, one of a covered bridge and one of a like super modern suspension bridge.
Yeah.
different options. So you got a covered bridge that's kind of like an old country road and taking you home, or a fancy one that looks like Natchez Trace.
A fancy one, yes.
What? You don't want to think of John Denver when you drive across this bridge?
No, and that's why.
Okay, fair enough.
That looks creepy. That bridge is out of one of those camps.
Oh no, that bridge will never fall down. I mean, this thing was built in like 1832, according to Tennessee state records.
No, I think y'all need some up-to-date stuff.
All right, fine. I still think covered bridges are better.
Good man, Trevor. Good man.
Thank you to that
He
lady
needs-
for taking the correct side of this.
All right. We have to make Trevor our official Tennessee correspondent.
No question.
No matter what we are debating, Trevor needs to be our man on the street or man in the office. Our Mito.
Sorry, I'm just sending Trevor an email saying, Trevor, this is remarkable. Thank you so much for sharing. Thanks for still listening. Hopefully. Well, Steve,
P.S. Will you be our Mito?
Will you be our Mito?
M-I-T-O. All caps, obviously.
And then parentheses.
Man in the office.
Man in the office.
For whenever we have a debate that needs to be solved.
Thanks in advance. Okay. Listen, I'm proud of what we've done today in terms of being able to clean out the inbox.
Little
a little
spring
bit.
cleaning.
So we've still got, again, the rest of 2020, all of 2021, and 2022, and now 2023 to get through in about 3 years. We've got some Tony and Lansing audio. Got a bunch of podcast interviews. Tony and Lansing again. Sinuard, our friend down in
Sinuard
Hartford
Costello
City. Got some parade bookings.
Well, look, we have just scratched the surface.
Beautiful. Thank you so much.
Man, this email thing, I think it might really catch on.
I'm skeptical.
Okay. Well, if you have any contributions that you would love to hear talked about on the podcast in 2027, just
Send them now.
Send them now. Yeah.
And we'll try to get to it then again in 4 years.
At Steve and Kyle, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We look forward to another normal length episode next week now that we're past vacation time for everybody.
A lot to get caught up on next week.
Oh, so much. Talk to you next week. See ya.